Imagine a conscious contact with God so strong that no matter what you are doing or not doing, that no matter what your kids are up to or not up to, and that whether you've got the person of your dreams or they're just not cooperating, that you are happy, content, and at peace. A space where everyone else's thoughts, attitudes, and actions are beautiful and exactly as they are supposed to be. Well, this is the space where I like to play. My name is Misha Z, and this is today's Bitch Slap. Join me as I shed light on the thoughts, actions, and attitudes that are causing you pain, and we train our minds to go to the capital S inner self, the joy that is waiting for us, the God within.
So the last episode, right at the end, I was talking about A Course in Miracles, and pain and pleasure are equally unreal. They're both illusory. They are the same. And the way I thought it was really interesting the way A Course in Miracles did it. So it just had been hammering home for months the idea that pain is unreal. It's an illusion. Like it's just us playing God, us playing Source, us needing to be special, us believing that we're limited, that we're the be all end all, that our egos are just so in control. And I love that when I'm willing to think that, yeah, pain is an illusion. Like it's all in my perspective in the moment. And for me, if I can be closer to God, Source, the infinite intelligence, love, whatever you want to say, then if I'm feeling that moment in the moment purity, that illusion of pain goes away. Now, I guess we could talk about physical pain. The idea that we are all going to die, or the way that the way we relate to this world, to this existence through our bodies is constantly in flux because our bodies are growing and or then deteriorating. Is deteriorating the right word? But our bodies are no longer going to be of use on the planet. And so that's what I've got to say about pain. I'm going to let you make the connection. And so then all of a sudden it's like, and by the way, pleasure's just as unreal. And I'm going to get to the point why I'm talking about this again, because of course there's I'm doing a bad job of what my speech teacher would tell us to do, which was tell them what you're going to say it, and then say what you've said. So here's what I'm going to say. Pain and pleasure are equally unreal. And just to drive home that fact, there's a guy, and I can't believe I'm going to admit this on the air, but there's a guy who in very public places in front of lots of people on big Zoom meetings is like, my hair is a trigger for him. And so he's like, this one time he's like, looks like a poodle is fucking your head, which is actually maybe true. But I was like, damn, that's aggressive and whatever. Got to laugh at myself, not take myself too seriously. But I will say, I was like, geez, all right. I did let it go. Well, I thought I did. And so then the other day, well, actually yesterday, and the day that A Course in Miracles is like not only is pain unreal, but pleasure's unreal, and they're both equally unreal. I went out on this boat trip with 10 or so friends, and some pictures were taken and they were flying around, and I was in the background, and one of them I might have been front and center, one or two, but I mean, there was no, we were all in these photos, and somebody who was not on the boat trip somehow ended up in the email loop with 12 people, and his comment was, this is the that guy is like, who brought the poodle? And I was like, well, there's what I wanted to reply, which was, you must have got your ass kicked a lot in high school. But I didn't. And then what I was going to reply was Steve brought the poodle. I carpooled with Steve, which I thought was rather witty, but I did not send that. So then I was going to write them both. I was going to write, well, it's funny. I was actually conflicted. I was going to say either A, you must have got your ass kicked a lot in high school, or I was going to take the more spiritual route and say the thing about the carpool. And as this is flying around in my head, I'm like, gotta let it go, gotta not get resentful over the poodle comment, and it really struck me like, hey, wait a minute, this idea that pain and pleasure are equally unreal. So a negative, like a joke, or what do you call that? Sarcasm or whatever directed at me like that, that's pain, right? But that's unreal. So I'm like, man, pray for, the resentment prayer. God, give everything I want to this dude. Give everything that I want for myself to this dude. Give him his happiness, his health, and his prosperity. And then I'm like, wait a minute, Misha, I like the resentment piece. I'm like, yeah, I got to let this go. Like, give him everything I want for myself. And on top of that, I'm like, hey, wait a minute. Like, I like when people say, oh, you're so insightful, or, oh, your hair looks great, or, oh, hey, you look like Robert Plant or something. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, that's the pleasure piece, right? Like, the good with the bad. Like, this is such an opportunity on a nuanced, for me, on a nuanced level, to take the good with the bad, to not let a supposed negative comment create that separation from source, or that resentment, or that uneasy feeling, or however you want to say it. Just like if I get, positive commentary, like, not let that affect me in the same way, right? Like, graciously take nice comments, graciously take supposed negative comments, but not let either go to my head and affect me. And I just thought it was so ironic that on the day that ACIM is like, straight up, pain and pleasure are equally unreal, I get the opportunity to be like, hey, wait, I need to start paying attention even more to the positive commentary. And then I was thinking of that, taking that one step further in regards to the summit and the podcasting and all this stuff that I'm doing online, putting myself out there. I need to be prepared to let the negative commentary flow through, as I need to be prepared to let the supposed success flow through. So that could be like 110 people only register for the summit. Like, I get to let that go. 10,000 people register for the summit. I get to let that go. Like, so just really poignant, very poignant moments right now. Anyway, that's what was sloshing through my melon. And It's so interesting. I'll end with this that I notice as I check obsessive compulsively the registrations, those are moments of like, well, if there's no new ones, don't take it personally. If there's lots of new ones, don't take it personally. And how about just don't obsessively check, which is, my friends, a lot easier said than done. There you go. So I was going to end with the what I said piece was anyway. Pain and pleasure are equally unreal. I gave you examples of how I'm trying to apply that concept in my life. Love to all. Have a great day.
Thank you for spending time with me today. As someone who is committed to growth and service to this world, I so appreciate your willingness to come with me, go within, and serve our world through change. If you found value in this podcast and you know someone who can use this message, share this episode with them. Share it so our mission can be achieved one episode at a time. And of course, subscribe so you can hear more. And lastly, for more resources on what has helped me on my journey and can help you on yours, go to belove.media/resources. That's BELOVE.media/resources. Thank you again for listening.